This is Obama's stage at the Democratic nominating convention in Denver in 2008, designed to look like a Greek temple. It's strange enough that Obama made a temple his stage, a place of worship, but Obama's nomination temple appears to be modeled after the Pergamon altar, a special place. This is a Pergamon altar, which is on display at the Pergamon Museum in Berlin, Germany, only a few hundred yards from the place where Obama gave a speech a couple of months before the convention. The Pergamon altar is special because it is mentioned in the biblical book of Revelation and is called in Revelation the seat or throne of Satan. The Greek god Zeus and pagan idols were worshipped at Pergamon. However, more importantly, Caesar Augustus, the ruler of Rome, was worshipped as a god at Pergamon. An early Christian named Antipas was sacrificed there because he refused to worship the pagan gods of Pergamon. Antipas was burned alive at this altar inside a hollow bronze bull. Hitler's architect, Albert Speer, also modeled the tribune at the Zeppelin field in Nuremberg after the Pergamon altar. This fact is mentioned in the documentary film The Architecture of Doom. This is the Zeppelin field at Nuremberg, one of the sites where Hitler had his national Reichstag rallies. Hitler also sacrificed 10 million Christians as well as Jews by gassing and burning them to death. Obama's temple looks even more like the Pergamon altar than Hitler's did. Obama is the most prominent follower of the radical anarchist Saul Alinsky. Alinsky dedicated his book, Rules for Radicals, to Lucifer. It is a textbook for revolutionary radical activists, and Lucifer was the first revolutionary, as Alinsky points out. Black liberation theology teaches that the black race is the manifestation of God on earth, and that a black Messiah will lead the destruction of white society, the traditional Christian church, and America as we have known it. That man is God is a Luciferian concept. You may recall from the Bible, Lucifer was cast out of heaven because he wanted to be on a higher level than God. The self-worship of man can be considered a form of Satanism. This is actually the kind of belief that the Nazis had, that the Aryan race is God, and that Adolf Hitler was the Messiah. The stage design is unlikely to be accidental because there have been so many references by his own supporters to Obama being the Messiah or a god, and the doctrine of his own church actually teaches that concept. It seems more likely to be a provocation. Obama loves for his opponents to call him the Antichrist because he can use it to make them look hysterical and to motivate his supporters. But I think it's also a play on his own religious belief. Because they can't normally say it openly in public, occultists have used ambiguous symbolism like this for hundreds of years to hint to others what their beliefs are. Saul Alinsky tied his book to Lucifer because he realized that he is using the same principles. It seems that Obama is pointing to his own relationship to Lucifer with what appears to be the dedication of his campaign to the great deceiver.